The world is watching tonight as children and their desperate families pile onto the back of trucks and begin to flee their homes in northern Syria. Australia has added its voice to a chorus of international protest over Turkey's offensive. But the Prime Minister's concerns have been labelled redundant by the Turkish ambassador.
A new horror comes to war-ravaged Syria. Turkey has launched an attack on its neighbours' northeastern border towns as hundreds of civilians flee.
Streets, roads just choked full of cars filled with families desperate to get out of here.
An invasion made possible by the American president's snap withdrawal of US military support from his Kurdish allies.
We're getting out of the endless wars. We have to do it.
The Turkish president aims to push Kurds he sees as enemies back from his border and repatriate some of the 3.5 million Syrian refugees sheltering in his country. These steps are taken for our Syrian brothers, for them to be able to return to their lands. Australia's Kurds echo a fury at Donald Trump being heard around the world.
The Kurds see it as a total and complete betrayal by one man.
President Trump is also under attack by his own party for abandoning an ally and opening the door to an Islamic State resurgence. And after greenlighting Turkey's invasion, he's now demanding restraint.
And are you concerned that Erdogan will try to wipe out the Kurds?
I will wipe out his economy if that happens.
Here, Scott Morrison has hardened his stance, but his target is the Turkish, not the American president.
We are deeply concerned about the actions of the Turkish government, and we have conveyed those concerns.
That doesn't bother the Turks.
I keep saying to our Australian friends that those concerns are redundant.
As voices from both Turkish and Kurdish communities here offer vastly different worldviews.
Turkey is doing what it thinks is necessary to defend and protect its people and its borders.
It is state terrorism. There is no other proper way of naming the event.
Whatever you call it, another chapter in Syria's misery is being written. Chris Yulman, 9 News.
At the centre of this are the Kurds, an ethnic group who live in neighbouring regions of Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Iran and Armenia. They number around 25 million but don't have their own country. Turkey has been battling a group of Kurds inside its own borders on and off for more than 30 years over their fight for independence. Turkey claims the Syrian Kurds are terrorists, but the Kurds say the military action is just an excuse for ethnic cleansing. Well, Europe correspondent Sophie Walsh joins me now. Sophie, 2 British ISIS prisoners in the region held by the Kurds have now been captured by the US.
Yeah, they're nicknamed the Beatles because of their British accents, and Trump has described them as the worst of the worst. They're responsible for beheading American journalist James Foley and British aid worker David Haines. They were captured by Kurdish forces last year. Trump has now announced they're being taken out of Syria and placed in a secure location controlled by the US. He has bigger plans for them. He wants to extradite them to America, to Arizona, put them to trial where they will face the death penalty. Mark.
Sophie, thank you.